Alrighty, next game up here is the Vikings and the Cardinals. And once again, the Vikings, they lose because they are undisciplined, unsound, not coached, bad. So Vikings were a lot more competitive than we initially thought they would be in this game, but the overall essence of what the Vikings are ends up showing in this game, which is not clutch. Dalvin Cook fumbles in overtime. They lose the game because of that. And then the Vikings down 1 point, end of the game, ready to have a walk-off 37-yard field goal. 37 yards, and he misses it, folks. Joseph, let's get this man's full name up here. You need to be talked to, young fella. Here we go, the kicker here. Greg Joseph was 2 of 2 all day long on field goals, hit a 52-yard long field goal. But then the pressure comes on. It's win or lose, all on the end of his foot, all on the big toe. And he misses a 37-yard field goal. So once again, nobody's clutch here on this Vikings team. Nobody's held accountable for their absolutely trash actions. And the Vikings fall 0-2. Now, they did only lose by 1 point, so I will give them credit. We had the Cardinals -4. Obviously, that doesn't cover. So we do give credit to the Vikings because of that, for covering with the 4 points. But, I mean, this Vikings team is the same old Vikings team that we know. Not clutch, nothing great. And they don't win the big games, and here we are this week. All right, so let's start talking about this game. Here we go. Kirk Cousins, 22 of 32. Sounds good. Let's see what the number is. Here we go. 22 of 32. Turns out to be 68% completion percentage. We love that. 244 yards, real solid. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Didn't turn the ball over. Nobody turned the ball over here. Now, Kirk Cousins did fumble, didn't lose it. Adam Thielen also fumbled, didn't lose it. But they missed the last field goal. But once again, Kirk Cousins potentially fumbling. That's what we're talking about, folks. This Vikings team is so unclutch and not good or sound in any of their fundamentals, folks. It's truly not good. All right, the Dalvin Cook, 22 carries for 131 yards. He had a great game, but it still results in a loss. I mean, this is what we're talking about. The stats are always great. They always looked good. The optics of Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook are always good. That's kind of why they get a lot of play in the media, and that's why you can't really talk bad about this Vikings team because, you know, the optics on paper look good, but when they lose always bad and always so bad, folks. All right, let's see who Kirk Cousins was throwing to. So here we go. Leading receiver was KJ Osborne, 5 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 6 receptions for 65 yards and a touchdown. Adam Thielen, 6 receptions for 39 yards and a touchdown. And then we have Dalvin Cook, 2 receptions for 17 yards. So, yeah, Kirk Cousins slinging it around, dividing up the wealth to his star players, getting it done. So, Vikings did everything right. They got out to a 7-0 lead. They ended up going up 20-7 at one point, everything looking good, and then it all comes crumbling down. They try to come back a little bit. They get a pick 6 to start the third quarter, looking real good, up again, and once again, they just lose. They just end up losing the game. Classic Vikings. Now let's talk about the Cardinals. Now, we just put them at number 2 in our power rankings overall in week 1. Now we do the same thing on tomorrow's show during our Tuesday show, when every team has played. And this Cardinals team, yeah, it was a close win that really shouldn't have been a win, but it was at the end of the day, and there were some great things learned here by the Cardinals, playing from behind and then playing with urgency when they need to score, and then they go out and do it. So I think we're still going to be riding high in this Cardinals team when we update our power rankings on Tuesday, but we'll have that on Tuesday. You'll have to come back and see officially what we do. But here we go. Let's start talking about this Cardinals team. Kyla Murray, 29 of 36. Great completion percentage. 80% completion percentage. 400 passing yards. That's what we're talking about. This Cardinals offense is great. The defense is definitely going to have to shore itself up a little bit after what it did last week against the Vikings, yesterday against the Vikings. He had 3 passing touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Now, that is definitely what we do not want to see. Let's see where these interceptions came from by Kyla Murray. First interception was a pick 6 at the start of the third quarter. Not great. Not great. Second interception came in the third quarter, and the Vikings take and go out and score 3 points off of that. So 10 points came because of Kyla Murray's interception. So Kyla Murray only made this game close because he shot himself in the foot. If he doesn't take those turnovers, I don't know if the Vikings still put up those 10 points. I don't know if their offense is able to move the ball as well as it was doing in the first half than it was in the second half. All right, so Kyla Murray, good game besides the interceptions. Did he fumble? Rondell Moore fumbled but didn't lose it, so well done. All right, running backs here. Chase Edmonds, 8 carries for 46 yards, a great game. Kyla Murray ran the ball 5 times for 31 yards and scored a touchdown. And then we got James Conner, 8 carries for 26 yards. So running back by committee, not terrible overall. Let's see who Kyla Murray was throwing to in this game. Rondell Moore was the leading receiver here, the rookie. Well done. 7 receptions for 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Max Williams, 7 receptions for 94 yards. Christian Kirk, 3 receptions for 65 yards. And then we get DeAndre Hopkins, 4 receptions, 54 yards and a touchdown. And then we get AJ Green, 3 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown. And then we get Chase Edmonds, 5 receptions for 29 yards. So Kyla Murray giving the ball to all of his playmakers, not just relying on DeAndre Hopkins, which is another positive green flag here for buying into the Cardinals as we progress through the season. I loved what we saw from them. Yes, the defense gave up 33 points, and yes, they almost lost the game, but at the end of it, it's a win, and they still showed some good signs. So we're still buying into this Cardinals team, folks. We are still going to be buying into this Cardinals team, folks. All right. Love this Cardinals team, folks, truly. The offense is so freaking explosive. If the defense can clean it up a little bit, now we're talking. So Cardinals get the 1-point win, 34-33. Classic loss here in classic Vikings fashion.